your on page, or rather the structure of your site pages, and give you a few tips on that. So first up would be search engine friendly URLs. That is the actual address that would be in the web browser, particularly what happens after your domain name. So for example, if you were to go to the blog page at Surf Marketing, it's surfmarketing.co.uk/blog. Very descriptive, very simple. It doesn't have any of that question marks, PHP, 49172, none of that gobbledygook. Very descriptive, very clear. You know from the address bar that is Surf Marketing and it's a blog page. So very, very good to get your keywords into your URLs in order to make them more effective. The page title, as I was saying earlier, you arrive at somebody's homepage, and if you look at the very top of your browser window, you will see that there is a description of that. That's above the address bar, very top of the browser. And often I see it says home. A missed opportunity right at the very beginning from a search engine crawler to understand what that page is about. Home doesn't mean anything. Put some words in there that describe who you are, what you do, and then make sure that the rest of the page structure follows suit. Make sure your sites are valid. Head over to the site validators, W3C, to see how many pages that you have with errors within the code. It's not uncommon to have errors. They crop up from time to time because the validation process changes and evolves, whereas the sites remain the same. So head over there, check your code, get it corrected. Very simple process, and you will find that your site is loading faster and considered better by the search engines as a result. And as I said, by doing that, you will find that the speed of your site should increase because the browsers aren't having to decipher code that's invalid, and the search engines have a big push at the moment on speed of sites being a factor in rankings. As I said earlier, big money's been spent on sites, and then I see that there's no metadata. And by metadata, I mean that description that is used to describe each page. It should be unique for every page, not one description used for every page on the site. If you head over to Google and search your site to see how your pages show up, the meta description is what is commonly used underneath the title in blue and above the hyperlink that is pulled from the actual page. If there isn't any one description there, it'll just be pulled from the top uppermost paragraph that exists on that page, and that might not be, if you haven't followed my previous principles, the best paragraph on the site that describes that page. A big myth with regards to keywords is that Google care about keywords, and that's the keyword tag in the meta description. If one is present when I look at sites, often I find that there's about 100 of them. Well, first of all, Google don't really pay any attention to the keyword term anymore in the meta description, but there are more search engines out there than just Google, but please just keep it to less than 10, yeah, and make sure again that they're different for every page. Also make sure that you have an XML sitemap created. This is not the front-end visual display of all your pages that you would show to your user. This is a code XML sitemap. Google the term if you're not familiar with it. That will list all of the web pages on your site, and it's something that you could submit to the search engines to make them aware of where all the pages are, how important they are, and how often that they are updated. And this invites the search engines to come along and crawl your site and get more of your site pages within the search engine index. So when somebody's searching for those terms, the search engines are even aware that you have a page about that. So there you go. That's on-page optimization.